On this week's TopRank Marketing Video News Roundup, new ways to sell on Instagram, Google's getting amped about Gmail, and account-based marketing trends and takeaways from the folks at Mareketing Profs.
Welcome to the TopRank Marketing Video News Roundup. I'm Tiffany Allen.
And over here on this side of the things, I'm Joshua Knight. But that's not important right now. What is important is here's Tiffany with our first story.
Thanks, Josh. In social media and e-commerce news, we are seeing a new trend from Instagram coming through by way of their collections ads. So they just released these. They were testing them on Facebook first, but they just released these ads that are called collections that blend photos and videos in a way that makes it super easy for consumers to shop directly through Instagram without ever leaving the site. Fashion and beauty brands have been testing these, like Birchbox, for example, to see if they can get any traction through this. But if we see any indication in the trends of how Instagram is evolving as a platform, we can expect to see some strong results from these e-commerce ads.
Thanks, Tiffany, but remember, technically it's pronounced Instagram. My main story for this week, though, is something that I believe we should all get amped about, because that is a terrible pun, about Google's accelerated mobile pages. So this is a framework that Google set up that allows pages to load more quickly on mobile if they're in this specific spec. And that's great for loading on the web, but a lot of people, when they're on their mobile phone, are not on the web. They're in a couple of very specific apps, and it's kind of hard to break into people's routine. So to help us out, but actually to make the experience better for anybody who's using their product, Gmail, Google is bringing AMP to Gmail. That means if you've got web content that you are embedding in your email message, it's going to be able to be seen without leaving the app. So people in Gmail are going to be able to interact with your content. They're going to be able to, go several pages deep without having to leave their comfortable home of the app where they feel safe and secure in the arms of the Google. In the arms of the Google, by the way, is my favorite Sarah McLachlan song. Anyway, the best thing about this, though, is it is an open platform. So it's an open source. Developers are going to be able to get in there and come up with new functionality for it. Google has seen some great success with this in the past. So this is something that is good for us now, but is only going to get better. So I say get excited about it. Get your email marketing lined up and get ready to take advantage of this. Right now, it's only available for Gmail for developers, but later this year, it's going worldwide. So be ready. Back to you, Tiffany.
Thanks, Josh. For our final story, we're going to talk about account-based marketing trends, challenges, and other fun facts from a recent study.
So Mareketing Profs did this survey, right? And they had 253 marketing experts, B2B, B2C, and also hybrid marketers who get less power, but they have more efficient gas mileage. So, they're both B2B and B2C. So all of those marketers came together and they talked about what their priorities and challenges and everything are for account-based marketing. Their most effective digital channels, based on these survey responses, the first was personalized content, which I thought made sense. Segmented email. Email marketing, still absolutely huge. Might have mentioned that a little bit earlier in the show. And third was social media. So that's the third most effective channel. At the very bottom, and this was kind of surprising to me, it was mobile ads. So they were saying that even though people are on mobile more and they're more likely to see them, maybe they're not so effective. So content still reigning supreme, email hanging in a strong second. Makes sense to me.
Yeah. You know what I found interesting too is that the top 3 challenges and the top 3 priorities for account-based marketing were the same thing. So it was aligning sales and marketing solutions, attributing marketing to revenue. So marketing efforts to revenue, trying to thread the needle there. And then scoring targeted ideal accounts. So getting those accounts on board. Those were the 3 priorities and challenges, which makes sense. If that's something that you're really focusing on, it's going to be the thing that you're most concerned about too. Yeah, absolutely. But I think what's most interesting is that getting executive buy-in for the budget for account-based marketing is among the last of the priorities.
Yeah. I thought that might mean that people are actually not having any trouble with the budget now, that it's easy to prove that this is the thing that you should be doing. So that kind of makes sense to me. It was weird, though, to see that the scoring and choosing the target accounts was only the number 3. So apparently people are getting more sophisticated with that, because I was expecting that to be the number 1 thing.
Right.
But also, though, to point out, those top 2 priorities and challenges should be things that any marketer should be concerned with, whether we're account-based marketing or not. So, attributing what we're doing to money coming in, fairly important.
Yeah.
I feel. Maybe justifying that budget, that makes a lot of sense to me. And getting sales and marketing aligned. We keep saying marketing needs to be part of the entire sales cycle. And our job doesn't end when somebody fills out a lead form.
No, absolutely not. There's a lot more we can do, and we will do, right?
And we should do.
2018 goals.
And we shall, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hashtag squad goals.
Perfect. Well, that's all the news that we have for you today. We'll be back next week with more digital marketing news. If you want more in the meantime, you can follow TopRank on Twitter at TopRank, or you can, read the blog post into which we are embedded.
I always like to be embedded in a blog post. It's comfy. You can kind of pull up the article down here and take a little nap. It's lovely. But anyway, you can find me on Twitter if you'd like at Nitewrites. That's NITEWRITES.
And if you really love these videos, don't forget to like the TopRank Marketing channel on YouTube and hit the little bell so that you can subscribe.
Ring our bell, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.